I am here in Google headquarters in Dublin still. We are still here, myself and the Yellow Vest protesters who have been here since 1 o'clock. Google have refused to allow us to use the bathroom. We have been denied food. A man was assaulted by a member of An Garda Síochána and taken away in an ambulance. Now, we've been negotiating with Google. You're aware of the fact that a man who attacked a woman with a hatchet has been able to, on 2 occasions now, to have my channel shut down, but I believe that he's working on behalf of the state. I don't know if you can hear me okay, sorry, there's a bit of activity here and quite a few people outside Google this evening supporting us. And I know that we've had word from the Gilets Jaunes in France who are supporting what we are doing here, because as you all know, Google, YouTube are censoring so many people around the world who are speaking out against corruption and against globalism. So a very nice member of An Garda Síochána has been asked to, we're just talking about the fact that they are a shell company really here in Ireland and pay very little tax because of our generous corporation tax rates. But sorry now that this is a bit rambling, but we have attempted to see somebody from Google here today, but they have refused. Now, when they took my channel down a number of weeks ago, this person who attacked a woman with a hatchet, a vulnerable woman who is extremely traumatized, was able to have my channel shut down in the middle of the night. At that point, I approached Google, I approached them by email. I did everything within my power to go along with this spurious complaint, which was to have a picture of our longest and youngest missing child, Mary Boyle, who was raped and murdered at the age of 6 in Donegal. And I, as you all know, have made a documentary about her murder, and it has had nearly 1 million views. I hope you can hear me okay. So obviously we're all very tired, hungry. We have not been able to use the facilities since we left court this morning, since we left Ben. But you're all aware that I made a documentary about the Mary Boyle murder, and as a result of that there were protests on the streets of Ballyshannon and Dublin and other cities around the country on foot of my documentary, and the Gardaí reopened the case. Now, that was 2.5 years ago, and the chief suspect is still rambling around Donegal. So Joe Craig has been attacking my good name for the last couple of years. I have no doubt that he's under orders to do so. And you deal with this as a journalist in Ireland. There's no end of people who would like to silence me. They had me silenced from my job when I defended Maurice McCabe, when Maurice McCabe came to me in 2012, and I was removed from my role as chief features writer in the Irish Independent, and I had to take 3 legal actions against Dennis O'Brien's company, where I had worked for almost 2 decades. So the Gardaí and the powers that be have silenced me before, and they have no doubt put pressure on this individual to silence me again. So again, last night my channel was shut down after I put up a video which was going viral with Amazing Polly, and we were speaking about this very issue of globalism and how YouTube censor people and how YouTube are pushing all sorts of nefarious agendas. But they didn't. I wouldn't have minded if they had come to me and said that we're shutting your channel down because you've criticised YouTube, even though they would have been wrong in doing so. But instead they're using this Joe Craig person who was before the courts on Friday and is being treated very leniently for attacking a woman in her car with a hatchet. While she was in her car, he attacked her car and caused serious criminal damage, but for some reason was not given a custodial sentence and was told that he could pay a fine, part of which he paid on Friday. So 2 days later he sought to have my channel shut down again, and for some reason Google deal with him immediately, but they will not deal with me, who has worked on behalf of the public as a journalist for my entire career. I don't have any blots on my copybook, and all I've done is try to expose corruption in this state. It's quite clear that this man is being used. Now, a member of An Garda Síochána, a very decent member, has been negotiating with Google here this evening, tonight. It's coming up to approximately, what time are we now? 9:45 in the evening. So we've been here now 9 hours. He is perplexed himself, to be fair, and he's being extremely courteous to the yellow vests who are here. I have to say I'm very, very encouraged. And you know, I've just been discussing globalism with him, and he agrees. He sees what's happening, and he sees how our sovereignty is being taken from us. How no longer we are masters of our own destiny, how we are ruled by corrupt institutions in Brussels, in the United Nations, and how they are inflicting this globalist cult upon us. So that's the latest situation. We're waiting for a human being in Google to appear. They exist. We know that they've been talking to corporate in the States tonight about this situation. The Garda, who is liaising on my behalf, I have told him that I'd much rather he be out protecting the citizens of Dublin tonight, but instead he's in here mediating with a multinational company. But anyway, he's gone back in there now to continue negotiations. We have said we do not intend to leave until such time as my live stream facility is re-enabled. They are able to take it down on the word of a man who attacked a woman with a hatchet. So we're not leaving until such time as the channel is reinstated. But this Garda has been extremely supportive and has expressed his utter surprise at what is going on here. The response from Google, he has said, is that they will reinstate my channel, but they don't want to do it now because everyone else will jump on the bandwagon then and want their channels, because many YouTubers are being censored at the moment. So hold on, I'm going to have a look at some of your comments now and see, because I'm conscious that many of you are, and thanks a million all of you for your great support. I made absolutely no money from the documentary. It cost me an absolute fortune, but you're aware of the fact that I had to sue Dennis O'Brien in order to vindicate my good name. So as a result of that, I've been working for free for the last since I lost my job in 2013, and I'm doing that because I believe the corruption in this state has to end. So the Mary Boyle documentary cost me tens of thousands of euros to make, but I believe it's worth it. She's our longest and youngest missing child. She deserves justice. She deserves a decent burial, and I won't stop fighting for Mary Boyle, and I would like the public to continue to watch my documentary. The truth is in there. The two first officers on the scene were very clear about the fact that Sean McAniff, the longest serving Fianna Fáil politician, covered up that murder and ordered that the chief suspect would not be arrested, and they have both said that to me. They've said it on camera. It's there, you can see it. It's still actually on my YouTube channel if you want to go to my original YouTube channel. But this is what it comes down to, basically, the murder and rape of a 6-year-old child. That's one of the reasons we're here tonight, for Mary Boyle. Let me see. Thank you. Thanks very much. I really appreciate your support. Look, this is extremely hard for all of us involved in this. There's no there's no pleasure in it whatsoever. There's nothing in it for anyone. It's just that we are all patriots. I suppose we've come together as a group of patriots. We love our country. It's only hardship. There's absolutely nothing to be gained in this but hardship. We're fortunate in that we are in a position to do it, because I know many of you can't drop everything and just come down and support us. So we're doing it for all of you who care about the corruption in this state. The corruption that gets worse and worse by the day because we're being ruled by bureaucrats in Brussels that are accountable to nobody. Let me just see some more of your comments. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's, you know, I don't even like having to do this because I think many of you know that I'm a very private person, and I don't want to be seen to become the story, and I never did. I have made that very, very clear, even when I began my live streams. I found that very difficult because I would rather have kept doing what I was doing, which was being a writer and doing my job as a writer, as a journalist. But instead, I've been reduced to doing this because I believe that the corruption has got so bad now that if people like me don't speak out and don't stand up for justice and truth, and stand up for all of the people who are suffering tonight, who are living with the nightmare of being evicted, facing all sorts of appalling threats at the hands of the Gardaí, Tusla. We know that all of the institutions of this state are corrupt at this stage. So I feel, as an Irish person who loves our country, I have no choice but to continue doing this. And this is the last place I want to be on a February night, sitting here in Google's European headquarters. But if it means that there is accountability from these shell companies that come into our country and fleece the taxpayer, pay barely any tax, and get away with this sort of nonsense, then we do it, and we stay here until such time as justice is done. I'll just have a look now. My sight has gone recently. I used to have very good sight until I started all of these live streams. Yeah, Abby Lara cover up without a doubt. I can't tell you the number of women that have contacted me recently whose children have been taken by Tusla, and many of these women are Eastern European. So it's extremely disturbing. And well done to Anna Kavanagh, who's doing great work in this regard. She too was censored. She is very brave to take on their cases. I have tried. It's very difficult as a journalist I would be held in contempt of court to take on these cases, and I'm fighting on so many fronts at this stage. I might just show you what's going on here, but yeah, well, we may be here overnight. We've had great support from France this evening, from the Gilets Jaunes in France. The continent is on the brink of imploding now at this stage, because you may not have seen that Spain now has joined this, and Spain is a country that we all know very well. Most of us have been there. It's our number one holiday destination, and the people of Madrid took to the streets over the weekend. They too now are electing governments that are standing up to protect national sovereignty first and foremost, and that's what this is about. It's about protecting our national sovereignty in the face of these globalists who want to destroy countries. They want to destroy nation states, and we can't allow that to happen. So I'm delighted that the Yellow Vests have shown that they are on the side of people like me who are trying to expose what's going on in this country. Fair play to the Yellow Vests today, and this movement is going to build and build. Ben Gilroy today, I was in court this morning, this is where it all kicked off. this morning because, as you all know, Ben has been thrown back into prison tonight, sitting in Mountjoy. I was in court this morning, and to witness his 3 beautiful children and his lovely wife Sarah Jane Gilroy, so devastated to see Ben being thrown back into prison tonight, into Mountjoy, occupying a cell which should be filled by a criminal. So there's a lot of talk going on here behind me, but we are extremely disturbed about the fact that Ben has been sent back to prison. This is a despicable act, and one of the reasons we are here is for Ben. So we know why Ben was put in prison, because he called it as it was. He said that the courts are effectively corrupt, which we know they are, and that there are secret societies operated by the King's Inns, which is the monopoly barrister training college. And Ben was very brave and outspoken. Our justice system is broken. Our Gardaí, unfortunately, are corrupt. TUSLA have serious questions to answer. We know that our government is corrupt to the core, and that the opposition is controlled and fake. So all of the institutions of the state are working against the people of Ireland now. And they're allowing multinational companies like Google to call the shots. So I'm very conscious of the fact now that I'm going on, and we're very, very tired at this stage, but we're going to stay put here in Google, and thanks so much. What's this? I'm sorry, the courts are a disgrace. Yeah. Brian McCarthy, I believe, was jailed today, and so many people today have been speaking to me about the fact that they are facing eviction orders. Unbelievable that this is happening, unbelievable. So my channel is still up, but I've lost the ability to live stream, and this is a totalitarian state that we are now living in. So I'm going to leave you now. Again, I just thank you for your support. We're going to stay put here. This Garda has gone back in, is negotiating. There is numerous squad cars outside. I don't know why they're all there. It's not as if we are a threat to anybody, except we want to defend our right to free speech. So we'll keep you up posted. And hopefully there will be some developments now in the next hour or so. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.